Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I always loved explorers. Explorers, especially the ones that go into unknown, because they either were crazy or very, very courageous. In this case, I always loved the US moon landing. Always loved it. Why? Because it's so easy. It's a low-hanging fruit of uncovering or providing the falsehood of that, in my opinion, as a free human being. This is the beauty of the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution to the U.S. Constitution. Freedom of speech. You can make a fool of yourself anytime. So, what's going on here? The Artemis will send 4 astronauts around the moon and back. I will watch that. I think Hollywood is working as we speak in overtime, creating the footage where these guys will be in a capsule and they're going to be some little things over there and we're going to see the moon from there. You understand that? That's all we're going to see. I hardly can wait. It's going to be the Oscar for comedy in the USA and in the world. Well, I will show you a few things here, a few articles, and I will discuss the US landing on the moon. I made a few videos on this Artemis thing, which is, let's start with this one. Meet the 4 astronauts set to voyage around the moon. Here they are. Diversity is our strength. Right there. Well, good luck, my friends. I don't think you're gonna leave the Earth, let's put it this way. You're not gonna go not even in the lower atmosphere, or whatever you wanna call it. So here we have February 15th, when I got a wind of this, that means a fart of this, NASA Hollywood prepare another televised moon mission. Will the Russians plus Chinese call out the lie? No. Because they lied, of course, I'm talking about the Soviets. Russia, China to build nuclear power plant on the moon. Well, it's unmanned. All right? Remember, that's the key word. China could attack US from moon. Okay? We will never land on the moon as long as war against Russia wage. No landing footage again. And here, why NASA can't send humans to the moon? It's much more than that. My point is, in one of these videos, especially the last one, or the first one I mentioned, I don't think these guys went over there. The first thing is the Van Allen radiation belts. That's the first one. The second one, or the connections and the footage provided, has too many holes, really, that I know rhinoceros can go through it or elephants can walk through them. But hey, let's see what these guys are saying. I'll be watching the Hollywood movie. Here they are, my friends. The 4 astronauts selected for the Artemis 2 moon mission will be the first to travel there in more than 5 decades. Why? I will tell you why. The journey, set to last around 10 days, will take the astronauts on a loop around the moon, though they will not land on its surface. Why not? We lost the technology. And I'm going to show you I will show you the argument that a smart person expects us, the baboons, to believe. Let me show you this. It's unbelievable. Artemis will take Americans to the moon for the first time since 1972. Why has it been so hard to go back? The keyword is back. 5 reasons human space flight is a bigger challenge today than it was during the Apollo era. I wanted to go to a car designed, that came out in 1969, not 72, 69. That means the technology was, the whole thing designed with technology at least 3 years prior to that. So 69, 68, 67 if you want. Come on, we can go 65. With the technology of 1965. We are in 2026. My God, man. All right. And I will tell you the reason why. One of them, we lost the technology. And you know what? we're not used to it. But the first time when we landed, we were used to it or something? It's the same thing. Well, you know what? He can't be a pedo, you know, he never did it. How the first pedo came into being? It must have been the first time. It's always the first time. Don't tell me, oh, you know what? We're not used to anymore. So we were at the first landing. How did we get used in the first landing? We did some landings before the landings. And then before the landings, we did some before landing. And the before landing, we did a before landing. I mean, all right, let's go here and let's get here. All right. I will discuss this lying picture. I will put it right here. I'm going to show you a few things and I will ask you, what do you think is wrong about this one? All right, let's go here. Pacaraca, let's see. Where is that? Let's see, where is that, the thing. So the first one is rustiness. They say that 1972. That was also the last crewed mission beyond low Earth orbit, period. Even uncrewed lunar landers fell out of favor soon after. Just fell out of favor. All right, so we have here, there were decades where people were not developing landers. That could be done in a day with today's technology. One expert told The Guardian, the technology is not that common that you can easily learn from others. But how was it then in 1969? How was that then? And this is the imbecilic thing. We stopped and then we forgot. And this is his argument. He's the director of the Space Policy Institute of George Washington University, recently told Scientific American, just because you ran an Olympic marathon 50 years ago, pace went on to explain, doesn't mean you could do it again tomorrow. That's not the point. That's not the point. You are better now. You are better now. You did the Olympics, the marathon, when you were a toddler in technology. And you tell me now, at 35, you can't do it? This is the argument, you fuck up. So he's telling you, when we did it, that doesn't mean you do it again. No. The technology is not the same. We're way ahead with technology, aren't we? And we got rusty. All right? We don't have the training anymore. So we had the training in 69. Like what? Throwing the disc or something? Is that what the training we had? Or go and watch that African... Go, it's a video over there. I can't remember what country. One in Africa had its space mission to send them to the moon. And they were training, they would put people in the barrel, put them in there, and they were rolling down the hill. That was the training with the gravitation and with the spinning and shit. That's how we had, that kind of training we had before 1969. But we can't replicate that now or do it again. My friends, come on, let's go to the picture and let me show you what it is. Rustiness, my God. Ambition. So we lost the ambition. We lost the ambition because then we were facing the Ruskies, right? Motivation, the same way. We don't have it, right? The Soviet Union. This money. We don't have that much money as them. Print as you always did. Oh, safety. Oh my God. So none of these things were a factor then. Only now it's a factor. Jesus Christ. And let me go to the picture and show you and ask you, what do you see wrong with this picture? Here, they make it bigger. One of them, I'm not going to talk about the wind blowing through that. All right, that's all right. Look at this. You see what's over there? You see what's over here? Supposedly, these are on the moon with these boots. These boots have to withstand, you know what kind of temperature? Do you know what kind of temperature? Then look at the marks. Do you know what's over there? This is lunar dust. There is zero humidity. Zero humidity. Well, if you put a foot on dust with zero humidity, the dust does like this. When you took your foot off, you're not going to see anything. Like you need humidity to leave an imprint. Understand? It's physics. It's not me. Chemistry. The first one. Second one. Look at the visor of this guy. You see over there? And I want you to look at the light on the visor. You see how it is? This is the Earth reflection. This is not a lunar in no how do you call it? Impurity. atmosphere, or how do you want to call it? Atmosphere. You know what I mean? In a real thing, in the real, like there's no impurities over there as much as it is. This should be all raised like that, not a circle shit like that. Look, if you want, at the astronauts when they are in space nowadays, which are still with impurities. You're gonna see a different kind of, like a star. Not like that. I'm not gonna go to the shadows, and I'm not gonna go to the cameras who had films in it. At what? How many? What was the temperature on the moon? And the film did not burn, but it's transmitted and took pictures. All of them clear, crispy clear, and everything. Every time how they activate it? I mean, with buttons, with right here, with how? I mean, I'm not gonna go into that. I'll be watching the movie. All right. If you have time to spend and waste, you can watch the comedy when you're gonna have those 4 actors telling you, hey, only now I realized, yeah, did you see them? They are not fucking fat. Wow. Discrimination. Discrimination. There's none of them fat. Yeah, that's how's that weight shaming? Is that how it is now? Why they're not? Do you think that fat people cannot be into NASA and the rocket will be like, oh God, we can't lift off. Get him out. It's gonna be another movie. This is how the movie is gonna go. I guarantee you. It's gonna be from cameras outside that would transmit whatever other things, other objects went around the moon. Okay, very clear and very nice. And inside you're gonna have these guys floating or maybe strapped to their seats over there. Okay, and there's gonna be a few little openings. Probably, if they're imbeciles, we're gonna leave the openings. Why? Radiation. And anyway, they're gonna have the openings, and they're gonna say, "See, there's the moon over there. Yes, honey, there's the moon." And the Americans, "Yeah, man, we did it again. We got it back." You know how you're a former world champion in something, when he comes back after about 5 or 6, 7 years and he wins, everybody, he still got it. Or Elvis, and Elvis came in 1968 with his Elvis comeback, 69. Oh, he still got it. Yeah, he still got it. Yes, he still got it. But these guys didn't get anything because they didn't accomplish anything at the beginning. Hollywood did, but it's a different story. My God, it's just go and watch my last video, or the first video that I put over here. I think I gave you a few examples right there of what's going on and who's who, and them televised and all that. All right, these guys were not over there. That's my opinion as a free American. I can make a fool of myself as much as I want. But remember, physics apply to the Americans as they apply to the Chinese, to me, to you, to your cat, to your dog, to everyone, to a criminal, to a saint, to Jesus Christ. Their laws of physics and the chemistry are still there. You can't ignore them. Just tell me about the Van Allen radiations. I want you to tell me about those. And then after that, we're going to go with the 10 days of fun. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Oh, shit.